Hey, I'm Jazz.
And I'm Britt.
NYCWAO.
MFN TV.
She always takes forever to say it. You
Sorry,
see her?
it's too long?
Ridiculous. Anyway, let's talk about current events. Some of the things, back on the police issue, I know the first one we spoke about police brutality for like 30 minutes. The second one we mentioned police brutality again, and we addressed something that our, I believe this is a subscriber, that he mentioned in regards to police brutality. And we kind of expounded on what we actually meant. Yeah, basically. But something that I found out this week, New York City, NYPD has decided to put cameras on police officers.
Yeah, they're starting out with 5 precincts. I guess to try it out. I don't know why they would need to try it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's no way that it could go wrong.
There's nothing negative about you guys wearing a camera.
Yeah.
At all. Because, I mean, it protects, not only does it protect the citizens, it also protects law enforcement.
Yeah.
Because when you say, nah, he did this, or nah, she did that,
there's proof.
There's now
proof. And if someone says, oh my goodness, he put a freaking cell phone in my butt, like there would be, you know what I'm saying, we'll be able to track that and make sure that it's true.
Exactly. That is very true. So I think it's a positive thing that these things are now coming into place. Our cousin in Savannah, she works for Pula Police Department. I posted about NYPD now doing this, and she said that they already have cameras on their person, which is, I think, outstanding. I didn't even know that. I was like, so that's pretty cool. So, I mean, I'm sure police brutality is pretty low there. Because if you know you got a camera on you, you're not going to act stupid. Our mother is here. Hi, Mommy. Y'all say hi to our Mommy. Anywho.
She's giving us the face.
She's giving us face.
Don't you turn that camera on
Y'all
me.
say face. No, okay, so the thing is, so I think that's a good thing, you know, and I know some people probably disagree with the stuff we were saying about police brutality and the responsibility of the community, especially the inner city and urban community, but I think this is a good thing that the NYPD is now testing out, putting cameras on their police officers, because there's nothing negative that can come to it.
At all.
I just don't think it should be a test.
Unless they get struck by lightning and something, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only.
I mean, they carry radios. I mean,
yeah, sure.
But I mean, I don't think it should be a test. I think everybody should just have cameras on right now. So that's a good thing. But that's how you change things. That was my point that I made in the first one. The way that you change it really is not about all these marching and saying F the police and all that. Is you got to change it from within. You have to, you know, stalk your government and be like, yo, y'all going to fix the problem, which is within the police department, the way that they train their officers, and also being able to have cameras on them. But we also need to fix the problem within the community, and the idea that all cops are bad, and the constant cycle of this nonsense being taught to certain individuals that they should feel like F the police. That needs to be fixed. You know, so there's two problems, basically. But this is a move in the right direction. I mean, I'm sure everybody would agree.
Step. Yes.
Yes. So the other thing that we want to speak about in current events that we saw was Melissa Perry. She put up a on her show. She did something about shaming students.
Yeah.
And so, you know, talk about how psychologically it affects students and it's a horrible thing, et cetera, et cetera. Because you know, sometimes there's been some articles and things that's happened where if a little boy has long hair, like the teachers be like, oh, he can't stay here because he has long hair. Or like, I remember there was one situation where this little boy, he had a mohawk.
And because of the school that he went to, they said that was not, you know,
school policy or dress code or some nonsense, and they sent him home. And I thought that was ridiculous. Sorry. And then there was a situation where in the article she mentioned that there was this little boy, he had dreads, and he's Rastafarian, and his dreads were long, and one of the teachers gave him the advice that he should just pin them up. If he pinned them up so that they're not hanging, that should be fine. And he did that, took the advice of the teacher. But the school system, they still sent him home. Like, he had a problem, wasn't in school for a while. They recently let him back in, is what they stated in Melissa Perry's article. But the main thing that she was really aggravated about, now, and I can understand that being an issue because my son has long hair, and I don't see how long hair on a boy is any type of dress code violation.
Especially if he is Rastafarian, even, you know what I'm saying? Like, that is technically something that has to do with his religion.
Yeah, and I think the other boy was of Navajo.
His background, so his ethnicity, or his religion. Like, you're not supposed to touch that.
I mean, but
because if somebody's coming in with garb, you know, like Islamic garb, you cannot tell them you cannot come to school with that.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? You can't do that.
I mean, even homie that had the mohawk, I'm sure that had nothing to do with his religion. I don't think that anybody has a right to tell you what kind of hairstyle you have. You're not in the military. The only people who can tell you what you can do with your hairstyle is military. And if your kid was in military school, now I can understand that. My son is not in military school. I'm homeschooling him. He has long hair. His hair's in the middle of his back. If he acts up in the future and has to get sent to military school, that hair's going to have to go. So, and my son likes his hair. So, it would behoove him to behave, right? Because I will send him off to military school. I have no issues with that. But the thing is, I think that that's a little ridiculous, the whole thing about the hair. But yes. Melissa Perry was stressing the issue of this. There was a young girl who, I guess they moved to Florida. I think the state was Florida, from Seattle, something like that. I might have the states wrong. But the thing is, she, it was her first day of school, moving into a new state, new city, and she had on a short skirt. The skirt was, I think they said 2-3 inches above her knee. Basically, it was too short, and it was against school policy. Their policy, though, is
this was the first day of school.
First day of school. Their policy, though, is that if you are in dress code violation, you got 3 options. You can have your parent come in, and they have to have a meeting with the parent.
And bring in some new clothes for you.
Or there's in-school suspension.
ISS.
Or you have to wear this outfit that says dress code violation, which is a bright neon yellow shirt. And did they say red pants?
I think burgundy pants, something like that.
Red pants, something like that. And it says on both dress code violator, like something like that, or dress code violation. And that's what you're going to have to wear throughout the day in school. She chose the latter. And supposedly she was, she felt humiliated, and she said when she was, they said the parents said she broke out in hives, and now she has to be on some sort of medication because she's distraught.
Can I tell you something? If I was in that situation, I would have chose, it depends on how I was feeling that day. I would have just went to ISS and been like, I mean, whatever, I'm going to ISS and be on my phone all day, I don't care. Or I would have chosen the shame outfit, and I would have been like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, fight the power. Yeah, I got dress code violation, and I make this look good. Okay, you know, like.
I don't think I would have wore that dress code violation. I think I would have just called my mother.
But it depends. It depends, like, cause this also first day at the school. Like, I don't know if they watch this. You know what I'm saying, on the regular.
Then is that.
That's that whole situation. So if I didn't take it, I probably would have just took ISS. Like, I don't.
But honestly,
I don't have to go to class.
But I feel that why wasn't this a warning first, though?
It's the first day of school, and she's never been to school.
And it also was the first offense, so I don't understand why this wasn't a warning. There's no warning before you have to wear the dress code violation.
I want to know, like, why did they not contact her mother? Because that should have been the first thing that happened. Because I don't understand.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there should have been a warning,
or her parent, or her guardian, whoever it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have chosen for her to be in the shame outfit.
I mean, but I don't know why we calling it a shame. I mean, I don't know. Personally, I feel that.
And another thing is, she's in high school. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but
I don't know. But Melissa Perry,
in my high school, it would not have went down. Like, someone had on a shame outfit or whatever. We're not gonna be making.
Didn't your teacher do that though, Mr. Means?
Yes. My the principal of my school, this one of the girls, or I think it was 2 of them, and this was what's it called? Dress down day. These were students who were in the school for years, just as like everyone else that was in the school for years, at least 3 years, 2-3 years. And it was dress down day. Everyone already knows the dress code stipulations. They know what you can and what you can't wear. And they came in a little crazy with a lot of skin showing or whatever. So she put trash bags on them. I think
cut the hole out for the head and the arms, and they had trash bags on.
Which is a bit much. I guess that's why I don't really see this as a big deal. Like, you have a shirt and pants. Like, I don't get it.
I mean,
but to me, I feel like, I never came to school during dress down day dressed crazy. Because I don't even want to put myself.
They had to wear uniforms regularly. But when you have dress down day, why would you come to school with
when
your
you
belly
know
out
the rules?
and you know this isn't
it was midriff showing and everything. You know that you can't have your midriff showing, so why did you come like that?
But I think the girls, I think that school, that what they need to fix is that there should be a warning first. You're going to be documented.
This was her first day.
Again, I'm joking.
This was her first day of school.
It should be that you're going to be documented.
Verbal. It should be a verbal.
Yeah, a verbal. And then we're also calling your parents, because somebody needs to bring you in a new skirt, because this is not going to work. You can't walk throughout the school like this. Or you need to go home and change and then come back. That would have been appropriate. And then also that she signed something where they state, if you do this again, if you're in violation again, this is what's going to happen. You're either going to have in-school suspension or you're going to have to wear this outfit.
It just doesn't make any sense to me.
I just don't see
that she did not take in-school suspension or telling her mother to break.
You caught up in all of that.
That's crazy, because that, to me, that makes me think that she did not break out in hives. None of this other crazy stuff happened.
That's BS as far as I'm concerned. I think
because she put on that thing to be like, yeah, I'm a dress code violation.
I think it's ridiculous. They're saying shaming students is wrong, blah, blah, blah. And I think they're trying to connect it to bullying. And I don't think that it's the same thing. I personally feel that, like, the way Mr. Meba did it, like, your principal, I think that what that did was show, listen, your actions have consequences.
To your actions.
And you know daggone well you have no business wearing this, and since you wore that, since you broke the rules, since you wanted to thumb your nose at me, here's your consequence. And I have the power to make sure that you know this is something that can happen. It's just like what we was talking about.
I mean, it wasn't public shaming. I mean, not like, what is it called?
Public shaming? No,
shaming, dress shaming?
Yeah, school shaming.
Oh, whatever it's called. But it wasn't like shaming like I had to wear something. But I mean, I was in ISS, definitely. I was in AP, which was administrative punishment. So I had to take lunch at a different time, and I had to, like, we all had to walk in line separate from everyone else.
And that's,
you know what
shaming.
I'm saying? I'm separated.
You're separate from everyone else. The people who are doing right, you are now separate from them.
Exactly.
But this goes back to what I was talking about as far as in the inner city and instructing our youth and teaching up your youth, training them up in the way that they should go, showing them that they're supposed to have respect for authority.
Yeah.
And if you teach your children to have respect for authority, they won't be wearing skirts that's too short. And that doesn't.
She probably didn't want to call her mother because her mother didn't know that she had to
exactly. Let's deal with that. But there's the fact that you have to have a respect for authority. And if there's guidelines that says if you do this, this is what's going to happen. It's called action and reaction. Every action causes a reaction.
The opposite yet equal
and if you behave badly, you will suffer the consequences. That's what I think this shows. I personally don't think this is all about shaming, because the thing is, you're given a warning before you're shamed, and you can't match this to bullying. There's no warning.
Except that girl, she didn't get a warning. I mean, well, she knew what the dress code was.
I'm sure they had a handbook and they knew what it was. And I think that now the parents want to make this about, now they're trying to say something about she's on medication and
But she's in high school. When I was in AP, like, if I did something wrong, I knew, like, okay, I'm obviously going to be punished for this. I'm not going to be like, I'm not going to start having heart palpitations and everything. We was in AP and we was throwing paper balls and everything and having fun just as we would have done in regular class.
Now, shaming when it comes to bullying by your peers, or if it's like, some adults being disgusting and nasty and trying, because the adults bully kids too. Yes, that will have an effect.
Trying to hurt your self-esteem and stuff like that.
That will have an effect on kids.
She chose this.
Yeah,
no, we're forgetting that, because she could have just went to in-school suspension.
No, but what I'm saying is,
a big deal.
Being bullied, whether it be by your peers or even an adult, is different from what happened with this.
Yes,
this girl had to deal with the consequences of her actions. This is the punishment that came.
It's the punishment that she chose.
With her actions. But you understand? Being bullied by someone, whether it be an adult or a peer, because adults bully kids too, or adults bully other adults. That's different, and that type of shaming, yes, that can have cause psychological issues, especially if it's done, repetitively. You know what I'm saying? So I think that we need to stop. They trying to. You shouldn't say this, or you shouldn't do this. Children shouldn't. This, man, please. There's consequences. If my son's acting up, he's gonna stand in the corner, hands up, or he's gonna hold a book out in front of him. I don't do the spanking my kids like that too much. You know what I'm saying? I'll put you're going to be in push-up position. Matter of fact, and because we military family. My husband used to drop my kids, get in push-up position.
It was like it was every morning, though.
You know what I'm saying? You acting up, get in push-up position. You know what I'm saying? I remember we was outside walking, and the rule is, I let them run ahead sometimes, but don't turn the corner. Okay? And I mentioned before that I homeschool. But one day, both these fools turned the corner on me. I'm walking, I'm yelling, y'all get over here, da-da-da. They get back. I said, what are you doing turning corners? Y'all turning corners on me now? And I was like so pissed off because he was acting up earlier that day too. And I just put my hands up and said, drop. Yes, outside. Concrete jungle. Hands down, drop. Okay? When I was in the Navy in boot camp, I had to do push-ups on the concrete too. So they had to stand there. Now, they didn't do push-ups, but they was in plank position. I let them stay in plank position for about a minute. People walking by looking at them. And I started asking them questions. What did I tell y'all to do? And they had to answer together out loud. Don't turn the corners.
Now y'all out here sounding stupid.
Are you going to turn the corner? No. You think you need to apologize? Yes, we're sorry, Mommy. Okay? So and I told them, and they popped tall. When I told them to get up, they popped tall. And I told them, you want to embarrass me by not listening to me, by disrespecting me? And I made it clear to them, when you don't listen to your mother, you're embarrassing your mother. And you're disrespecting me. And I'm not going to let you, I do this better than you.
Making you look like some chump.
I'm not going to let you look like, you're not going to let me look like no chump and look like Boo Boo the Fool. I'm going to make you look like Boo Boo the Fool. How about that? And I can do this better than you. Because I'm in charge. Drop. Now, Dad, those were the consequences of their actions. What it was they didn't believe me. Because it never happened before. Not in the streets. But you disrespect me in the streets, and I'm going to deal with it where it happened. That's how my mother operated.
I was going to say, okay, Gina.
I'm going to deal with it where it happened. That's how my mother operated. If you said something stupid out your face outside, pop. See, now I don't do all the hitting and stuff. But you're going to drop, you're going to be in push-up position. Melissa Perry will probably have a big problem with that. Yeah. But guess what?
I'm so afraid to have children because I just feel, because with my niece and nephew, when we outside, I'd be like, oh, like my hand just be itching to, and I just know like when I have my own, it's going to be bad.
Why is it going to be bad? No, she's going to be sending them to me.
I'm going to be like Homer, don't, choking them out.
Yeah, my son be on that Bart Simpson tip.
Yes. Like
driving people crazy. So I can't have that. I'm sorry. I mean, like my son, he has long hair. I like my kids to be cool. You feel me? He got hair just like his sister. You know what I'm saying? But you're going to listen to me. And I think that it's important that their kids do understand that there are consequences.
Exactly. Like back to this, my school or whatever, Bronx Prep. Hey, I never came ever. It never even crossed my mind to try to come to like if there was a dress down day out of dress code. It never crossed my mind to ever try to be like, oh, maybe I can get away with a little bit.
People do that when they don't have a respect.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not putting no trash bag on.
And yes, because you know that's the consequence. When you know that there are consequences, you try to stay the straight and narrow. But it's the same thing like I stated about how we see training up a child in the way that they should go when it comes to authority. And this authority, I'm not speaking only about law enforcement. This even goes to in school, teachers. You know what I'm saying? Other adults. Respect for authority.
Even your parents, because a lot of people don't have respect for their parents.
And that's what it all boils down to. If you're not going to respect the dress code, how can we expect you to respect a police officer? Saying to you, hey, don't do that. Stop. Police. Come on. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, all this, oh, they needed medication. Give me a break.
Why would you need medication for that? You know that you came in here with a short skirt on, and you had the option to go to in-school suspension. If my kid broke out in some daggone highs because of some shirt with some words that says dress code violation, it didn't say you slut. It didn't say you dirty, ugly bee. It didn't say you monkey face idiot. It said dress code violation, and this is actually what it was. You was in dress code violation. If my kid broke out in some highs, do you think they have?
Do you understand that I'm putting that kid in military school because they need to toughen up?
Do you think they have outfits for tardiness? Because I would, if any of my schools ever did that, I would have had that joint on all year.
I would have that shirt on permanently.
I'll just take it home with me.
And you know we get that from our mother. But anyway, so the other thing that we want to move forward on as far as current events, have y'all been seeing the nonsense on the internet? Okay, there's the ALS challenge that's going on, right? The Ice Bucket Challenge. Now, the ALS challenge is an official challenge. The Ice Bucket Challenge, it is official, even if you go to the ALS website. But the thing is, people are doing the Ice Bucket Challenge, throwing the ice on themselves, and then they're also donating money to the ALS
that's what's supposed to happen.
That's what's supposed to happen. But you now have these people just throwing ice on themselves just for the heck of it. Now, the ALS community, I guess they see it as a positive because it gets the word out about ALS. Even if the people aren't donating, at least it's getting the word out. Yeah. But people are starting to become extremely foolish. We have one man...
Amazingly foolish.
You know, it's ridiculous. We have one man who did it with a dump truck. He put the water in the dump truck, and his friend was supposed to press the button, and the dump truck was supposed to tilt forward, like, you know, the Tonka trucks, and the water was supposed to pour on him. The thing is, they didn't do the measurements right. I guess it wasn't high enough. When it tilted, hit him in the head or the back of his head, he passed out. Okay?
That's all from the video. We don't know what happened.
We don't know what this man's status is right now, but that's what happened. The next foolishness. You got this man with a little baby in a walker sitting right in front of him. Supposedly this was his granddaughter, his step-granddaughter, and he did the Ice Bucket Challenge on himself, but she's standing right under him, so the water poured in him and her. This is a baby. And you see her looking up, like, when she first saw him doing it, and then while the water was coming down, her hands went like this. Like, what the hell? And then she was drenched. That baby could have drowned, though.
No, the baby could have internal problems.
Mental.
Because it's ice cold water.
But she's scared to death. You understand? This baby
You don't put no baby. People don't even give their babies cold baths. You don't even give your babies lukewarm baths.
But the thing is,
but
do you understand water splashing in a baby's face like that? They could drown from that. Like, that's it. You can still have water in your lungs even after the fact and drown and die. Like, I don't understand.
Wake up,
but who the hell does that to a baby? But see, personally, I was kind of making jokes with my mother. I said, but I don't understand what's wrong with that little girl because she could have definitely walked away.
Stop it.
Because she was in that walker. You feel me? Like, I don't know what's going on. Because I was
that sounds like the Boondocks R. Kelly thing. She didn't want to pee on her. She should have just moved.
Like, I'm not trying to be funny, but one of my kids in the walker, if they would have looked up and saw that water coming, they would have
Well, no, it depends because Naomi was walking backwards for a while.
Yeah, for a while Naomi was doing that. We had to put her up against the wall. Like, put her back to the wall, the walkers, to make her move forward. Because homie was in that walker backwards, hitting everybody's ankles up. Like, it was like, get the hell out of here. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't understand why Shorty didn't keep it moving. Because she was in a vehicle, as far as I'm concerned. She could have backed up on homie and made him hurt himself. Or she could have jetted and avoided that ice cold bath that she had to take.
She was a baby.
I don't know. I said that baby, something up with that baby. Because she definitely could have dipped. Like, I don't even understand. Because as far as I'm concerned, I would have dipped. If I was in that walker, I'd have dipped, leaned back, showed my socks, and said, you can miss me with all that bullish that you try to throw my way. Because that's basically what he was trying to, he threw all that BS on her. And she could have told him to miss her on that. All she had to do was keep it moving forward in that walker. She had help. She got 4 wheels.
Please.
I didn't understand that baby. But I was like, that's really effed up. That he did that to that baby. And the baby's father was on the news, like, devastated, talking about it. He was like, she said, you recognize, like, instantly.
She was over there with Grandpa, you know what I'm saying? She was over there spending the day with Grandpa. And Grandpa, somebody gave this old man a daggone smartphone. Who did it?
And the divorce, him and his wife are divorcing. And there's a fake page up in the baby's name, fake Facebook page up in the baby's name, and it says everybody's tripping about a little waterfall of me, but I'm okay with it. I'm fine. I was laughing. You tall people who crack me up. Ha ha ha. Swear on everything. I swear to God. And my mother showed me this. My mother, and I'm like, Mommy, why are you showing me this foolishness?
I just want to know, like. I mean, if my mother didn't have a job, like, I wouldn't give her a smartphone. Because I just want to know, why is she, you know what I'm saying?
Why is this old man doing this?
No, why does my mother know about all of this stuff?
No, I told her about the little girl doing that, and then Mommy looked up that joint about the Facebook page and showed me that joint, and I was like, word?
I don't need my mother to get no ideas, because she's going to be old in a little while. In like 8 years.
In a little while?
In like 18 years, she's going to be old, and she's going to be doing foolishness that she's seen on freaking social media.
We hope not. We'll pray for our mother. Pray for our mother with us, please. The thing is, the next thing that this ALS challenge foolishness, it was this autistic boy was basically lured by these teens to do the ALS challenge. But
he thought that he was doing the ALS challenge.
But they played him on some bullying.
They stood on top of the garage. I guess they were supposed to be on top of the roof of the garage and throw the water on him. And he's in his underwear. And they threw a huge bucket of urine, feces, spit, and cigarette butts on him.
And that's just dumb. And it's disgusting.
It's an autistic kid.
I just feel all those kids need to get stomped out.
Yeah, no, and they say that they may be charged.
Yeah, and that's insane.
Criminal, charged with.
I mean, who does that though? Who?
What do you mean may?
Who tries to punk or bully? First of all, bullying is wrong. Period. But to do that to someone who's autistic, like, do you know how low you are? You are bottom. You are that drop. Like, you are like so low level. Like, you should. I mean, I really feel like God should never let them be anything in life, but homeless. Like, I mean, I'm sorry. That's how I feel, because who does that to anyone but to an autistic? Because you wouldn't be able to do that to someone who's not, who doesn't have an issue.
They may be charged.
My problem is with these teens who did this, and the thing is, who are their parents? Who are their parents that these kids
are like this?
You know what I'm saying? Somebody raised them to be
this. But that's an endangerment to his health. Urine and feces.
Yo, see, I was about to drop. I'm working on not saying the N-word, and I was just about to, because they are niggas though. They are them teens who did that are niggas, because that's the most ignorant thing I have ever heard. Well, not ever, because the father, he ain't far behind them. The step grandfather who did that to the baby, he with them. You know what I'm saying?
But he was talking. His mouth was open. I can't. I'm sorry. If that was my child,
whoop that trick. Get him. Whoop that trick. Get him. Y'all hustle and flow. It's nothing, because I wouldn't have called no cops till later. Because I'm going to have to put in some work.
But why would you do this to this? Why would you do this to him? He's 15 years old.
I wouldn't care if he was 99.
No,
I don't care. It ain't right. Who does that to someone who's mentally challenged or has some sort of... I mean, you don't do that to nobody, but you basically taking advantage of this boy because he's not able to defend him or really... You know what I mean? Like, that's... Whoa. I feel like the whole school should stomp those kids out. Like...
That's so nasty.
If I found out my kid was into
but
something
they
like
didn't
that,
think to do something else. I don't understand. Urine and feces?
they shouldn't have did nothing to him. What are you doing? Who does that?
I just don't understand. Like, there has to be some consequences for that, because that's...
Yo, if there was none though, because the family was sitting there talking about it on the news, I'm like, yo, y'all need to just go set it on all of them, one by one.
Yes.
Limb by limb.
Stop, I'm going to cut them down.
Limb by the tongue. Limb by limb. Man, please. Said I do. Said a boy get killed. Duck a do. Little boy get killed. I would be seeing them. There's no way. One of my babies come home. Can you imagine? That boy had to walk home. That boy walked home. He walked into the house.
And his mother was like...
that poor lady. You know she cried. Because how do you looking at your kid, and this is a boy on top of that.
Now that is shame.
Yes, Melissa Perry. You looking at this little boy, a boy, he's a boy. You know, men, they macho-ness about them, and she sees this happening to her boy. Yeah, sad. That's horrible. I'll punch them, nigga. See? Ain't no way. Chill. And I think that's just another reason for me to continue to homeschool, because I would be in somebody's jail if somebody did something to my babies. I'm not able.
I don't think that Nicholas will let that happen.
The Lord knows that I'm not able. So this is the way it's going to have to be until I just get tired of homeschooling. Because I know me, Brittany, and Gina will be looking for them. Like, how you going to throw urine and...
feces, spit, and cigarette butts.
That's messed up. Anywho, more internet nonsense. We got to get in
the glamour and
glitz and glamour segment of the day, and that's us talking about celebrity, entertainment, gossip, blah 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 blah. These celebrities have been acting stupid online. Okay, there's been a lot of stuff. Now, Fantasia, she had a situation. I wouldn't say she necessarily acted stupid.
No, she didn't.
But she had a Mayweather 50 Cent situation where somebody brought up the fact that she couldn't read.
But that is Instagram. False. She used to be illiterate.
Yes.
Now she can read.
She sure can. I believe she went to school and, you know, corrected that negative in her life. And the thing is, I don't think one's lack of literacy is funny. Like, you know, like we spoke about the Mayweather thing, and we kind of laughed, made jokes, but we thought it's not funny. You know, like what Charlamagne did, how he was making fun of him. It's just not funny. I mean, but there is a funnies about it.
I say it's not nice. I mean, it is funny though.
There's some funnies
but
about
it's
it.
Not
What's
nice.
funny about it is with 50 Cent, all the memes he's doing. 50 Cent is stupid, okay?
He's a bum.
He's a jerk. But it's not funny to make fun of someone who can't read. It's just not right, because that's too much. And what they were doing basically is bullying Mayweather.
Yes.
Especially
that's cyberbullying.
For me, where it got too far. Because what 50 Cent was doing with the memes and like calling him out, talking about, you know, I'll give you this if you read this.
Nah, that was fun.
Because Mayweather cracked he went low too when he said, if you can put video up of your son saying I love you, blah, blah, blah. Like they both was going low. But when Charlamagne pulled out them drops, the audio of Mayweather.
That was too far.
Reading, I think that was too much. And then 50 Cent now we know has jumped on the bandwagon with Charlamagne doing that. See, at first I wasn't really, you know, dogging 50 with that. But I think I don't like that. I think that's wrong. And with Fantasia, all she did was she posted up something on Instagram, like she stated, I think she said my grandmother or somebody taught her to sing from her gut, not from her nose. That's what she meant to write, her nose. What was written is noise. Okay.
But that's autocorrect.
You know how your phone can be stupid, especially my iPhones. They stay writing something that you wasn't even trying to write that crap. You know what I'm saying? But that was the only typo. And the whole thing, and she continued.
Everybody has a typo
After that,
sometime.
she wrote some things. Well, no, you had typos all the time.
I have typos all the time. I don't care, but y'all know what I'm saying, so I'm not gonna correct
Yeah,
them.
like it wasn't like the grammar was horrible or that there was words that shouldn't be there. She said my grandmother taught me to sing from my gut, not from my nose, but it's wrote noise. And then she continued on and said, you got to da da da, you got to sing with feeling, da 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 da. It was like a little paragraph, 4 sentences or something she wrote. Well, one of her followers got on that joint commenting, was like, oh really, Fantasia, you still can't read? And then screenshotted, pop, and posted that joint, pointed an arrow at the word noise, like there's an arrow pointed at it, I forgot the child's name, and said, yo, it's a shame, that girl can sing but she still can't read. Fantasia need to get it together, this is ridiculous. And then what happened was Fantasia's fans,
Fantasia's
followers,
her boot
camp went hard on. They attacked this woman's page. Like I think
and somebody was like, you might as well just delete your page now. They was like,
delete your page now because they gonna keep on. They gonna be. I mean, they started going hard on her. I even commented because I was like, I just felt like I said I don't understand, and I just said to her, I said I didn't like that.
No, but she was nasty though. She was like, but I love your singing though.
Yeah,
keep it up. Or something
keep it
like
up.
that.
But I love your singing though, sing girl. But they really just like it was that was just nasty and unnecessary. But y'all know how people could be on Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that. But it was just really nasty. But she asked for it because not only and then she added Fantasia. First she added her in the comment thing, and then she put the thing on her page. But Fantasia found out the one that she put on her page because she didn't add Fantasia on her page, which was low key like whatever. And then but all these people started coming for her, like
at me,
going
so
at her, and then it got real ugly. They started calling her B, slut, this, da da da, you ugly, and you this. But what was really sad is that she's an AKA. That's why I was looking on her page and I saw that she's an AKA, and that's why I commented, because I was like, you're obviously college educated. And you're a part of the sorority, which is so funny to me because the Greeks. It's like it's the
illusion. The image.
The illusion that is they're all for supporting, and you do their charity and all this other stuff. And I just found it very interesting that someone of her status would make fun of someone who can't read publicly.
But
you're gonna make fun of her.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
Okay, I went to college in Georgia.
And that's how they do.
And we all know that AKAs, not all of them, but for the most part, people kind of, sororities period, but people kind of group them, all sororities, honestly. People, kind of categorize them as snooty, snobby, shady, all of that. You know what I'm saying? So
they wanted her to be an AKA.
I'm not. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I wanted her to do it.
I guess people think that I'm AKA material, but I just can't. All that girly, catty stuff, I really can't do it. I cannot take that.
I wanted to be a Delta.
I would be, if anything, I would be a Delta. But the way my religion is set up, I just don't feel comfortable joining a sorority. Yeah. And that's just my life.
Yeah, I never thought about it in that way, but once Brittany really got into detail with it, I mean, because I wanted to be a Delta since I was like in 6th grade.
But if I was anything, I would be a Delta, but I feel kind of weird, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I was throwing up that rock, though, when Jay-Z said to throw it up.
That rock, yeah, I was too, but I didn't know any better.
But the thing is, I just found it very interesting.
And also, I don't like people telling me what to do. And I can't come in on time.
Yeah, you're not about to be hazing me crazy, though. That's too much.
Even if it's no hazing, I'm not trying to
be a low-level peon.
Yeah, don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me when to come somewhere. I'll be there when I want to be there. Okay?
But the thing is, I just found that very interesting. I was like, wow, like that wasn't nice. And that's what I said to her, basically. I didn't get in on that whole with them attacking, whatever. I just said, it's just very disappointing that you would, reference this woman's illiteracy at the time and to make fun of it.
But that was years ago. She'd been knowing how to read.
I said it's really unfortunate that you would make fun of someone's lack of literacy, because I said it's not something that you make fun of, and it's
because
not funny.
Obviously those years where she should have learned how to read when she was a child, there was something else going on there that wasn't right,
and that means a parent has failed.
Yeah, there was something going on that wasn't right. Somebody let her down if she doesn't know how to read.
It's just not funny.
When she was a child. Come on.
It's not funny. It's never been funny. I don't know what's up. You know what I'm saying? But it was very funny how they started attacking the hell out of her page. And she was like, girl, she said, I'm just ignoring this, da da da. And it's like, you just invited all these people to start looking at all your pictures And it's like
exactly. That's what kills me about people. Like,
and you're not even that pretty.
Can you just be flawless? Can you just be flawless if you're gonna talk trash?
You ain't Beyonce up here talking all this nonsense. Like, you got to get it together. You know, so that's one thing that these celebrities have been acting up online. And now we got Benzino with his foolish behind. Matter of fact, no, before we get to Benzino, Jim Jones and Dame Dash had some
Jim
internet
Jones kind of came at him crazy. Yeah. And Dame Dash, I mean, it's kind of obvious. Dame Dash is a businessman. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that he takes people's money because he can. I
always like Dame Dash, though.
But, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, I'm guessing that he's well within his legal right with whatever he does because he's not in jail.
Yeah, but Jim Jones was like, he's a crook.
He's a, what do you say?
A culture vulture.
Culture vulture.
But it's funny that he called him that because that's what Dame Dash called, what's his name? Lior, dude with Def Jam or whatever the case may be. You know, but, you know, so it's like everybody's mentioning the whole, you know, Dame Dash and the whole Jay-Z split, you know, and then Jim Jones has an issue with him because of some stuff with the Vamp Life clothing line, whatever. Because I thought
it was there was supposed to be some liquor.
But I didn't know that Dame Dash was behind Vamp Life and stuff, and I think basically Dame Dash is behind all of the stuff that Jim Jones does. Yes. You know what I'm saying? We just didn't know that.
He called him a crook and also a faggot, I guess, because he was upset.
Yeah.
Dame Dash, he responded with,
we don't need to do this. If you have a situation with issue with me, you need to come and speak to me as a man.
You know, come to me
and then
do this as business partners. And he was like, you know, I would never come at you like that. Harlem, stick together.
And he was like, you're my brother. And then he was also like, us as black people, we need to be, you know, he was
I mean, which you can see is probably a load of crap. It's probably a load of crap. He probably did steal money from Jim Jones. But either way, Jim Jones is not supposed to come out with this on Instagram.
I mean, also, they street. So that's why he's like, yo, why you ain't come to me? What is you doing on, you know, you Hollywood? But he also made a certain point. He said, you know, artists are supposed to be emotional. That's what they're supposed to do. He was like, you got people in the background who's going to try to split stuff up and say, yo, you're not getting as much money as you could be getting if you get away from this person, da 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 da. Now, is this true?
We don't know because we know that Dame Dash is a businessman.
But I like Dame Dash because he keep it so 100 though. With his he say what he say and he mean it. He said, you know, I remember I was watching some video of him. He was like, difference between me and the rest. He said, I'm who I am regardless. He said, and just because some white man comes in the room in a suit and sits here and starts talking, I'm not going to change how I talk and how I operate. He said, these other guys, they're going to change how they operate. He said, no, I am who I am and I don't have to bend for you. This is who I am. And I respect that. I respect that about Dame Dash. You know, people was always saying, like, he was a monster, he was attacking, like, he was constantly, you know, chasing them and cussing them out. But he's the reason why, you know, Jay-Z was able to make the moves that he was able to make. Yep. You know what I'm saying? That's not saying Jay-Z didn't make moves as well, but they were a team together. They both was given 100%. And Jay-Z's the artist, you feel me? So if Dame Dash wasn't out there doing the grunt work, Jay-Z wouldn't have been able to get his shine and do his thing. However, when they split, Jay-Z was able to move into different areas because people in business, they hated Dame Dash. Could he have probably changed up how he operated? Maybe. Did Jay-Z have to split with him? Maybe. I don't think he had to. What could have happened was Dame Dash could have fell back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know how our people do. We don't believe in that type of stuff.
Exactly. And that's exactly what it all boils down to.
You know how our people do. Let me tell you. Excuse me?
Vanity has something to say.
Come on. Let me tell you something. If I'm in the, you know what I'm saying? If I'm in a situation, I'm in a partnership, I'm not trying to fall back nowhere.
No, but when it comes to falling back, meaning like just stay in the background until we get to this point.
I understand. No, that would be the logical thing for them to have done. But the way our people are, it's about ours. What's mine? You're not going to take it from me. How do I know I'm going to be? You know how I know you're not just pushing me out?
Because of contracts. Like what you talking about? If this is the contract, this is what it is. When I say fall back, I mean as far as who's the face, who's out there. Dame Dash, all he had to do, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. And to me, because of how our people are, there's no sense of sticking together in partnership. Because them foreigners, people from other countries,
definitely,
they stick together. White folk gonna stick together.
Yep.
People always make fun of the Mexicans and stuff, talking like, yo, it'd be like 30 of them in the car and it'd be 50 of them living in the house. Same thing with the Asians. But guess what? Next thing you know, they own that house.
Next thing you know, you're going to the gas station and it's there.
Yeah, half of them move out, buy another house. And the next thing you know, they own 2 houses. Then they all put their money together, buy a gas station. And you're going to that gas station and pumping their gas. They work together. Nothing wrong with it. I'm for it. Anywho. moving forward, who's acting a fool now? Benzino was acting a fool. Y'all know these Love and Hip Hop episodes.
These Love and Hip Hop fools can't never get it right.
The reunions have been insane, okay? And they basically took a whole episode, second part of the review, to dog and bash. Reunion, excuse me. To dog and bash Jocelyn and Stevie J.
Not even really Stevie,
mostly Jocelyn though. And it was to me, it was messy. I did not appreciate it. I didn't respect it, and it was whack. Because it was horrible. And Benzino, as far as I'm concerned, provoked Jocelyn and Stevie, and that's why the fight took place.
But there's been provoking for, they've
been doing this for quite some while. But once Stevie J does one thing, he posts something on Twitter.
He snapped, though.
Wouldn't you have snapped?
I would definitely
all that
have
crap
snapped.
they've been posting.
Because Benzino's been calling Jocelyn a
trash
garbage
bag.
bucket
It is. Althea's
for
posting
weeks.
stuff.
Exactly.
First of all,
but Stevie J posted a picture of Althea.
On her knees.
Yeah. I think she was in a jacuzzi or a hot tub or something like that, but topless.
On her knees.
There's a big, huge, what do they call them? BBC. One of them right there, and she's just looking all, feeble and frail with her big head and everything, but in front of her face, smiling. So it's like, ooh, Stevie J.
And the bottom line is, though, we forgetting that Althea cheated with, she slept with Stevie J. Basically, Stevie cheated on Jocelyn with Althea. We're forgetting that. And everybody is talking about this. And what Benzino has done, basically, is deflect. It is the law of deflection. Yes, because after he knows that Althea,
and he should know how to do it.
But he knows that Stevie J cheated on Jocelyn with Althea, and then he started dating Althea, and now he wants her to be his fiance. So what he has to do is keep the focus off of her being a hoe, and let's point out that fact that she's a hoe. It's deflection, and everyone's falling for it. But bottom line is, after the show, Benzino took to his Instagram and Twitter and started posting about Stevie J and Jocelyn.
Yeah, someone put up an article, a letter to Stevie and Jocelyn. I guess they were on Benzino and Althea's side, and it was just a long letter. And he's screenshotting it, posting it. It's about seven different pictures on his Instagram about
ridiculous.
How Stevie,
and then he's bragging about the fact that he hit Jocelyn in the mouth. And I'm like, so since when is it cool to punch a chick in the mouth?
No matter what. In any situation.
And then you got some
she
people,
didn't have any weapon.
But then you got people, specifically our people, talking about, he did what he had to do. He was defending
If it was my girl,
someone said he was defending his wife. He's not married to this girl. But the thing is, Jocelyn was approaching Althea, Stevie was approaching him. They was about to square off. And instead of him fighting Stevie J, he decided to reach over and punch Jocelyn in the mouth. While she's fighting, Althea.
My only thing is, Jocelyn's skin ain't broke.
So your punch didn't do much. As my mother said,
you didn't even make contact. A man's punch should definitely.
But the thing is, what are you doing?
Have some effect.
Because if you was trying to, I can understand stopping someone from hitting your woman if you feel like my chick can't fight. I can understand you jumping in the way, taking the hit, or even pushing the chick back, saying cut it out, grabbing the chick, holding her. Listen, stop. We're not doing this. I can understand that.
But you're gonna reach over and punch her right in the mouth.
Wow. You're not a man. And any man who thinks that that's okay, you a clown and you're not a man. And I don't care. I said it. It is what it is. You a clown and you're not a man. You obviously have balls the size of jelly beans. It's ridiculous. What is that? And you idiots supporting that, especially you women supporting that. Obviously, you getting punched in the mouth by your dude, or you used to get punched in the mouth by some other dude, or you waiting for some dude to punch you in the mouth, and you gonna love it. You know what I'm saying? You gonna stick with him. What is that?
I can't deal with that.
I don't even understand that trash.
Because all I know is that if some man punched me in the mouth, we was talking about this with Phil. Hey Phil, the other day, if some man punched me in the mouth, I'm gonna look at him and be like, oh, so you're not gonna kill him?
First of all, get out my face.
Because that's insane.
That's just insane to me. I'm not trying to be funny or anything, but that's crazy. I can understand trying to protect the chick or whatever, but to punch a chick in the mouth, there's no guns, there's no nothing.
No guns.
Yeah, nah. If the chick got a gun or a knife,
even a nail filer.
If the chick got a gun or a knife and she's coming for your, if the chick got a gun or a knife and she's coming for your shorty, punch her in the mouth. I can understand that.
But there's ways to separate.
But y'all was just about to square up.
And Benzino is older than water, so I know that he's been around fights before. He knows how to separate a fight. And yes, I said older than water. He's older than water.
It was a mess. That whole thing was mess. But he's being a mess on there. Jocelyn also fought Tammy. Well, these fights were not some drag out fights.
No, nobody got punched.
It was
scratching and hair,
dragging and all of that. That was what was going on. They don't know what a fight is.
People falling because they got.
They don't know what a fight is. I've been in fights. You know what I'm saying? I remember some chick that She did the same crap. You gonna pull my hair. She hit me once, pull my hair. We didn't get to really tussle. You know, we holding hands, whatever. She told me, I beat your head. You did not beat my head. You pulled my hair. You hit me once. That's not beating my head. You know what I'm saying? You crazy? I've been in fights that lasted over 30 minutes. Like, what are you talking about? He's talking about, that's not a fight. You crazy? That's not a fight. Yeah, I guess. But the thing is,
to me, I'm like, that's foreplay. If you wanted to know if I was a lesbian, you could have just asked me and I would have told you no.
There you go.
Like,
but the thing is, so Tammy and Waka Flocka took to Instagram, posted a picture of Waka pointing a gun, because Waka Flocka wasn't at the reunion. And she was mad about that.
No, F that, because he's supposed to be here.
He was supposed to be here with me, so F him. She was mad, okay? And his mother got in the middle of it. She pulled Jocelyn's hair. And afterwards, you should have saw them. They were sitting on that stage, acting so uppity, talking about we sitting pretty and we classy, we in our nice dresses, and they came here with all this ghetto. Please, all of ATL, most of ATL is ratchet. All of Love and Hip Hop at ATL is ratchet. Okay, all of them chicks on it, all of them dudes on it, they all ratchet. Down to even Arian, who is all sweet, they all ratchet at the end of the day. Okay, let's be real. That's why they're on the show.
Obviously, why else would they have
okay? But the thing is, they trying to act like they're so above violence when all of them, most of them,
we already have an Oprah.
When most of them, have fought on that show. Please, but they was sitting here doing all of that shade throwing, and then who takes to Instagram? Tammy and Waka Flocka,
and she said, "Daddy home now,"
and he's pointing a gun behind her.
Yeah, she's hitting the selfie.
And talking about this is for all of the Tammy's haters. So what happened? So much for the whole we so classy, we so above it, right? Ratchet, okay? Understand that. All right.
Shut up.
And it cracks me up because no one is more delusional than the Southern chicks who think they Southern belles.
Exactly. Everyone is not a Southern belle. Everybody from the South
Y'all need to understand
is not
that.
A
You
belle.
got the Southern ratchets, and then you got the Southern belles. You got the Whitney Gilberts, okay? And then you got the Baps chicks.
Yeah.
All right? And these chicks who be... You ain't from Decatur, Georgia, acting like you so uppity. Girl. Girl, please.
Let's stop that.
Let's cut that out. You said they said we sitting here, we in our nice gowns, we looking pretty, because we looking nice, and they came. You could tell by what she was wearing.
Trying to handle our business. We trying to handle our business. Your business is talking about your drama and your ratchet lives. That's what your
talking
business is.
Talking about your husband cheating on you. Talking about you sleeping with your baby daddy again. Talking about your. Listen, let's cut it out. But that's what Tammy and Waka did. So much for we classy and we sitting pretty.
And y'all know Waka's on probation.
So Waka Flocka is being investigated by the police.
Because it's in violation of his probation, obviously, to have firearms of any kind.
Look at our people.
And he has it documented on Instagram of him sitting there with a gun in his hand.
And stupid Deb, his mother, sat there on that stage and said, we need to do drug testing. That's what we need. We need mandatory drug testing. I'm like, so are we talking about
all drugs or are certain drugs excluded?
Yeah, because you know she's going to say, not weed, though. Child. Them fools? It's just mess. Another thing that happened as far as celebrity news and stuff is y'all know that Joan Rivers passed away. Yes. And what was it? About 2 weeks prior to that, Robin Williams passed away, which is crazy. So R.I.P. to them. Yeah. Joan Rivers and Robin Williams. That's crazy though, because with Robin Williams, I was like, what?
I wasn't. It was kind of no, but Joan Rivers too. It was kind of just like.
But with Joan Rivers, at least it was like medical things was going on. She was in surgery, and But I'm not saying
the way they said it wasn't like a major throat surgery.
No, but I'm saying something. There was something medical that was taking place.
Yeah. So
that it's like I'm not saying it makes sense, but you understand what I'm saying. It wasn't something like some daggone suicide. Yeah. And it's like.
Joan Rivers would not commit.
Heck no, she ain't committing no suicide. She'd be like, that's just stupid.
Yeah.
Because it is stupid. Suicide is stupid, y'all. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do it. Moving on, we're gonna hit our other week. Like we said before, y'all know that I'm up here trying to get myself back fit, whatever.
I don't have a lot of upper body strength, but I'm getting some.
Yeah, and Brittany's been doing a lot of stair climbing.
Yes, you know what I'm saying. I've been squatting and staring.
And she's Miss, ballet dance person, so she whatever, but she's been lifting the booty because Brittany used to have a very flat butt.
Okay. I was teased about it a lot, actually, in my school in New York, as well as in Georgia. Yes,
Yeah.
I was teased about it.
Brittany had a very, very, very flat butt. But that's from years of ballet, modern.
You learn to just always be clenched. You learn to just always be clenched.
Like, I took dance, but I started taking dance as older, and my butt was never flat. It's just, I had like a little small cherry, like, little butt. You know what I'm saying? But once I had kids, that... You know what I'm saying? Changed.
Yeah.
And the game done changed.
It changed a lot.
It changed a great deal. My son really changed things. I was like, what is that?
Great change in me. Woo!
But yeah, so the fifth tip though is stay active. Anything is an activity. Like, you don't have to necessarily be doing like a strict workout program or getting your weights or anything like that. Cleaning your house is being active. Mopping, sweeping, because you have to think as you're mopping and sweeping, you're working those obliques as you sleep and mop. You know what I'm saying? Doing laundry is a workout if you don't have a washing machine and dryer in your home. You understand what I'm saying? Coming back to New York, we like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? But even doing laundry in your house, that's a workout. Cleaning up is a workout. Take a walk around the block. That's work. That's being active. If you have a dog, walk your dog. Walk them a little further. You know what I'm saying? Each day, go a little bit further.
Like some people I see at my job, they take the train to go to a restaurant to get their lunch.
That's
and
crazy.
Take the train back, and I'm like, you should just
walk.
walk. Or if it's too far, then walk to some place, you know what I'm saying, in the area.
And if you at work, instead of taking the elevator, take the stairs.
Yes.
I mean, when I worked at the museum,
or even if you don't take it all the way up, like just go halfway and take the stairs.
When I used to work at the Museum of Natural History, I never took the elevator. I hardly took the elevator. I would run up the stairs, and sometimes 2-3 at a time. It's good to. And even if you just walked it, take the stairs. And every time you step up, squeeze.
It has nothing to do with weight, though, because even people who, if you're not like physically obese or like out of shape or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You still need physical activity for your heart. You know what I'm saying? Your circulation, everything.
Active. That's our fit tip of the week. Be active. Now we go. Okay, there was a question that was, and it's crazy because we keep getting these questions from guys. Where's our ladies at? We're not getting. We're not getting no questions from the ladies.
Where my ladies at?
Ladies don't want no advice. As much as we talked about side chicks and stuff like that. I'm scared to reviews.
I know, right?
We stay talking about a side chick. But yeah, so this guy, he sent us an email. He also wants to remain anonymous. And I'm gonna be honest with you, he's smart for doing that.
Okay.
His issue, I guess it's not even like a question. He just wanted a little bit of advice. Well, I guess it is a question. His issue is that on his job, there's a girl who flirts with him outrageously, and he's been curving her. You know, basically like chill. But she's very persistent, and he just kind of whatever. But it's a known fact.
And it's like some things like it wouldn't to the naked eye who doesn't know the whole situation, they wouldn't think that it was so crazy. Like she's just like, oh, hey, work hubby, or something like that, or even well, that is crazy. But you're saying, oh, we'll be getting to eat today. Oh, you gonna?
Yeah, she does stuff like that.
Oh, can you give me this? Like, oh, can you pass me that such and such?
Lots
and such?
of like you.
I need a such and such. Let me use yours.
Yeah, and he feels uncomfortable about it. But his issue that he says he has is he wonders if he should speak to his baby mama about it.
His girlfriend, the person he's cohabitating with,
and they have children. He feels that he's like, because he knows that if she knew about it, she would have an issue with the fact that he didn't tell her. It's funny how he said it. He said, I know that I'm supposed to tell her, but I don't want to tell her because I don't want any problems. Because to him, if he tells her, he's going to have problems because she's going to be in his ear. Mm-hmm. And every time he comes from work, she got to be like, did Dad be? How's your little friend at work? And who knows what type of crazy chick she is. If she's crazy, she may show up. You know what I'm saying? So his question was like, should he tell her? That's what I would do. Like, he's like, should he tell her? I mean, it's kind of like and he also was like, how should he, keep this chick
let
in
the
line?
chick know that she needs to stay
back off.
away.
I mean, I don't know. I kind of feel like he don't need to say anything to chick.
No, but it seemed like that's what he was saying. That's what he's curving her already.
Yeah, I say ignore her. That's what I think. I feel like ignore her. If you don't give her any feedback, then that's it.
Like, don't say anything at all.
Nothing. I would act like that chick doesn't exist.
Right.
When she's speaking, I would act like I hear nothing. I would keep it moving. I don't know if he should tell his girlfriend though.
Because he didn't really tell us how long it's been going on.
That is true.
Because that's a big thing. Because if it's been going on for months, then it's like, bruh, you're in a hole already. Like, once you tell her,
I mean, it doesn't matter because she don't have to know it's been going on for months. He could tell her like, man, this chick at the job, man. I have to ignore her all the time because she's just always trying to talk, and I'll just be like, yo, and she'd be like, well, what you mean always trying to talk? You know, blah, blah, blah. I just think that, like, me and my husband, the way we were, he could tell me stuff like that, and it wasn't a big deal because I'm not the type that's going to be like, oh, really? And, you know, blah, 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 because I know where we stand. But if you got a chick that you know, like, she's quick to be jealous or she's easily pissed off about another chick, whatever, nah, you probably shouldn't tell her about it, especially if there's no, you're not interested in her. That's my opinion. Especially if he's curving. He's trying to run. He's curving.
He is curving and everything, but I feel like that should be what he focuses on when he tells her. Because the thing is, what if something crazy happens? What if once you start ignoring her for real, like what if she tries to do something, you know what I'm saying? What if she tries to start rumors and stuff to make you lose your job because she's mad because you're not giving her any attention? Then you're going to have to explain this whole long, intricate story to your girl about how she's only doing this because she likes me and she was coming at me but I was curving her. But it's like, oh, but you didn't tell me. Why didn't you tell me? Oh, you're smashing? Is that what's happening?
So do you understand that Brittany is the type of jealous chick that would be, you know, whatever. This is why I'm just like, ignore the chick and don't. I mean, the only thing he could do is get a new job or get moved to another position so he's nowhere near her.
I think that he should ignore the chick, but I think that he should let.
The other thing he could do is file sexual harassment charges against her.
I think that there are certain like stipulations.
If he was a woman.
Oh, did you see the silence?
If he was a woman, he would be able to go to his supervisor and say, I'm being harassed by such and such. But because he's a man, of course.
I mean, I think that he should go to his supervisor, though, about it, honestly.
I mean, I don't even know if it should even go there. It should just be like, you know, if she says something, you could be like, oh, you talking to me? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's.
I think that he should tell his girl. Because, I mean, you're gonna get, you know, some of this, but you just gotta, you know, cross your T's and dot your I's, because what if something crazy happens? You don't want to be that guy having to tell this whole long story about how this chick has been liking you for all this time and you never told your girl.
If you have to tell your girl that this chick's been liking you for all this time, you better tell her you had no idea that she liked you.
Okay. All right. Well, okay.
I just feel that
most dudes are not good liars like that, though.
That is true. I just know that there is nothing positive that's going to come out of him telling her, this girl at my job likes me. Because all that's going to happen is ideas are going to start forming. Because I'm not like most females. I don't get that jealousy thing and start thinking all types of crazy, immature thoughts when it comes to other women. But I know that this one will. And I know how people are. Yes, automatically you start thinking,
yeah, but
he probably went to lunch with that shit.
No, but the fact that he would tell me, I would feel better. And I would just be on his phone every time.
See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I just feel like, especially if there's no, like, he knows that he's not even interested in this woman and she's just harassing him, you know.
He needs to tell her, like, oh, she's, like, horrendous. Like, oh, she looks horrible, blah, blah, blah. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the only way it'll work. If he was like, yo, babe, there's this chick at my job.
Yeah, you're like, yo, she's 90 years old.
But what if she looked like Jessica Rabbit and he up here talking about she's horrendous and then Shorty wound up seeing her? And she gonna be like, wait a minute, so that's the chick?
I'm sorry, she looks like Jessica Rabbit and she's flirting with him. He better tell his girlfriend. That's crazy.
Oh, brother. Our knowledge drop for the day, for the week, is beware
of the smart hoes.
Because they will lie in wake, waiting
in the water,
to
get you away,
pretending to be a good girl. And it actually, this is our manscaping tip. The manscaping tip, the knowledge drop is a manscaping tip. Beware of the smart hoes because they will lie in wake, waiting until you trust and fall, you know, victim to their ways,
charms.
And then eventually you wake up one day and go, I'm with a hoe.
I've been hoodwinked,
bamboozled. Okay, so beware of the smart hoes.
They
And
come in many different shapes and forms, colors and sizes.
Yes, they do. Different races.
They come from many
different classes.
Yeah, classes and different avenues. They may be at your job. They may be at your church.
At the job, homie who asks for the advice. That chick is a smart hoe because she's obviously a smart hoe because she's persistent.
Exactly, she's persistent,
and she knows that he has somebody, but she's still. And if she is as persistent as she seems to be and continues to be, in most situations, she would have gotten her man. So the manscaping tip, you men out there, beware of the smart hoes. And this is for men in relationships and men who are not in relationships. It's more so for men who are single and dating, because smart hoes, every hoe ain't dumb. There's hoes out there that want a home. They want a man that's going to love them and take care of them, so they can also still be out there, having side dudes. Beware, beware, beware. All right, I'm Jazz. Oh, wait a minute. You know what we forgot to talk about? Man, this is crazy because we up here coming back to it. But you know what? We're going to have to do it.
Beyonce.
Yes.
And Blue.
We're going to have to do it on another way, y'all. Anyway, I'm Jazz.
And I'm Britt.
NYCWAO.
Deuces.